Hi, I'm Janet. After years of trying to figure out the film industry, making some gains, only to see them dwindling away, I finally got my shit together and I made $85,000 my first year in the film industry in Los Angeles. Creating a career in film does not need to be a struggle. You can start in your city. I want to teach you my process and teach you how to do it. You'll see that you really can live that extraordinary film lifestyle that only the film industry can provide. Let's go.
Why are you relying on luck to build your career in film? Why are you relying on luck to make your dreams happen? It's not a good strategy. It's not good. Why are you relying on luck to get into the film industry? People have done it before, and that means you can do it too. Okay? Like, what's up with this story of, moving to Hollywood or New York and, just grinding like an underdog, and then somehow you meet some person randomly that gives you your first big break, and then everything else happens after that all magically. Like, that's not, that's very short-minded thinking. That's not the smartest way to build your career or to actually get what you want. There are ways where you can create luck. And then there's a paradox that happens when you stop relying on luck. That's when you start creating luck. And then you just find yourselves in the situations to succeed, and you find yourself prepared for the situations. Okay. This is what this podcast episode is about. I'm going to get all up in this. So what does it look like when you are relying on luck to get into film? It looks like that survival job audition grind, where, you're working outside of the industry in a call center in 9 to 5, as an engineer in a coffee shop, whatever it is, something that you don't want to be doing as a creative person. And then on your free time, late nights and weekends or days off, you are auditioning, you are applying to job listings, you are doing things that feel like progress, but aren't getting you what you really want, aren't getting you where you really want to be. Okay. Janet calls this buffering. Okay. This is the Friends in Film term, buffering, like the beach ball on a Mac when your computer has to think. These kinds of things is like buffering as far as you and your career in film. It feels like progress. It feels like something's happening. But really it's just like a spinning ball that's not going away. This is when you spend 90% of your energy on stuff that has proven not to work. Okay. It's proven, or at least not to work fast. Okay. This could be like you building a YouTube channel, and in some cases, that's a good thing for you to do, like at a certain point, if you want to use your YouTube channel to help you in your career. But if that's your only plan is to build a YouTube channel, and it's not getting you paid work, and you're not getting the followers that you think you need, or you're not developing the business around it, then there's something wrong with that. Okay. Do you see that? It's spending time on something that's not going to work, waiting for this random moment in future where it all finally clicks. There's also this buffering, relying on luck also looks like you reaching out cold to professionals. Okay. Reaching out on job listings, or, just you being outside of the industry and just hitting up professionals and just asking for work. This is desperate energy. Sometimes it will work. Okay. Like sometimes you will get hired on a job, literally the luck happens, but the trap is when you get there, you are not prepared there's just so much stuff. If you get hired on a high budget set and you have no experience, then you might not get hired back. You might be doing the wrong things. You might be shooting yourself in the foot. So Friends in Film actually prepares you before you get on your first shoot to really stand out and to step on set with confidence, with quiet confidence, where you just People just trust you. You radiate competence and confidence. And you know what to do. You literally know what to do on set. This is what Friends in Film teaches you, or one of the many things that Friends in Film teaches you in your career. So buffering looks like reaching out to professionals cold when you have no relationship established, when you have no experience. This industry runs on connections. So in order for that to work, you need to, when you reach out to somebody, you either have to have been referred to them, or you have to already have a relationship established. Maybe you worked together on a shoot a year ago, and then whatever, they pop up in your mind again, and you reach out to see what they're working on, and then maybe you'll get hired on that. So that's the correct way to reach out to professionals. It's not smart to reach out cold. This is what Janet did early in her career, and it seemed natural. You know, it seems like a natural thing to do, but this is how you actually repel work. This is, you know, depending on the energy that you're coming across. The example that Janet gives is that she was way too aggressive and way too desperate in the beginning of her career when she was doing these wrong moves, when she was reaching out to professionals cold. And that really shot her in the foot, because not only was she not getting work, but she was getting blacklisted. Like, she was just being annoying. And so that's something to avoid. But that happens when you believe that luck is the only way that you're going to get into the industry. And that's false. That's not true. And then another example of what buffering looks like, of what relying on luck looks like, is applying to job listings. I kind of mentioned it before, but this is all the stuff that's posted online as a job listing is not the professional work. It's not the top tier stuff. It's not the actual stuff that happens when you think of Hollywood. It's not the stuff that Janet works on, for sure. So when you apply to these job listings, they're lower budget sets. Oftentimes you can get caught up in a scam or something that's just not, you know, that's totally unprofessional, and you just don't want to be around that kind of energy. Like, you see them online. Usually, we have a whole video on YouTube about looking out for scams, and we have even more in-depth stuff in our training about how to separate the unprofessional and the professional job listings, or what to watch out for. But yeah, stuff like where it's overly descriptive, where they're like, oh, hey, we're, our prefecture is shooting in Los Angeles during the summer, and we're looking for someone reliable and confident, and that is willing to learn, to work on our grand feature film. You know, just like so many words that they're just overly describing what they're doing. That's usually a scam. The real stuff on the film industry, the stuff that we teach you, the work that we teach you how to get, it comes to you on your phone or in your email, and it's very short and sweet. It's like, hey, there's a TV show next week, from the 2nd until the 12th. The pay is $250 per day. Are you available? You know, like 3 sentences. That's what that's how professional work actually works in the film industry. It's very casual, very, very direct, and very simple. Okay. Like, nobody got time to write and read all these long ass emails. We're busy making movie magic. So yeah, Friends in Film teaches you how to have so many of these job requests being emailed to you and being texted to you. So many that you have to say no to some. So many that you have to say no to them because you're just so booked, or, you know, you're working on the stuff that you want to work on. And so you send your friends work, you know, Friends in Film. And that's how work gets passed to you, because your friends refer you. And, you know, that's what Friends in Film teaches you, how to make friends in the film industry. So what does this concept of buffering and relying on luck, what does that feel like? What are the feelings? What's the emotional state? And I've felt this before. Maybe you feel it now or have felt it in the past. But it's that underdog thing, that underdog mentality that like, it's like, I'm just going to persevere. I hope that the things I'm doing now are going to pay off in the future. It's hopeful. It's not certain. There's uncertainty around this. I don't know when it's going to happen, but I know it might, like, I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'm going to somehow make it happen. Somehow some magical stroke of luck is going to happen if I just keep doing these things that haven't worked before in the past, or that's only worked once or something, you know. It's a desperate energy. Sometimes when you're doing this buffering, it's like, oh my God, I just need one big break. I just need this one person to say yes on a job, or I just need to get on one job. And then from there, like, oh, finally have made it. Like, I'll have worked in Hollywood. But then like that, the energy, first off, the energy that you're giving off is repelling work. Okay. Cause that is the opposite of like confidence. That's the opposite of having confidence on set. People want to hire people that are, it's just like it's like another day for them, you know, like, oh yeah, they're excited to work, but it's like, oh yeah, like I'm ready to work on this film set. You know, it's a different kind of energy, the not desperate energy. And then it also feels like, you know, hopeful in a way of resignation. You know, it's like, I hope that some ambiguous point in the future, like I'm resigning myself to some ambiguous point in the future for it to happen. And that provides a sense of comfort, but it doesn't provide the best mentality. It doesn't provide the best position for you to take action on your career. Does that make sense? You see that? Hopeful with a sense of resignation. And also this state of buffering, the state of relying on luck. It feels like you're at the mercy of the world. Like you're just at the mercy of chance. You know, it's like you're not in control. It's luck that's in control. And that's not, you know, that's not very empowering. It's disempowering. And it feels uncertain. You don't know how it's going to happen or what's going to happen or when. It feels stressful, you know, like it sucks, like wanting your dreams to happen and then, you know, just living paycheck to paycheck, doing something you don't really want to do and building your dream on the side. Like, don't you just want to go all in? Just do it. So it can be stressful. It can be stressful. It can be exhausting. And like in this emotional state of like stress and exhaustion and like desperation, let's say the luck happens. Let's say you do get your job. You do get hired on something that's the biggest thing you've worked on so far. You coming from that stressful, exhausted, desperate state is going to shoot yourself in the foot when you get on sets, unless you know how to regulate all that, unless you do what we teach you in the program, how to generate good emotions, how to have the right mindset, and how to have the correct focus on film sets. I mean, because the way that's how you get hired is by displaying that quiet confidence. The way to get not hired is to be annoying, to be desperate, to be stressful to work with. You know, that's not a good way to make it all happen. So just something to think about. You know, don't you want to be in control of your career? Don't you want to be in control of your life? You're in control of your actions. You're in control of your thoughts and your feelings and your emotional state. You can make this happen. And that's what we teach you. That's what Janet taught me. And I can say this from experience because I've been working in the industry for 2 years now. What I learned after doing the 20 shoots method, after getting on my first 20 shoots, and what I learned before is completely different. Okay. It's just crazy. Like, yes, we teach you how to be prepared to a certain extent before you get on your first shoot in Friends and Film. We teach you that. But when you're actually on set and going through the reps and meeting different people and seeing these different experiences, that's how you actually grow. That's how you make like the big steps. Those are the action steps that we're taking in building our career and building the foundation of the 20 shoots. We teach you how to do that legwork before that big break happens. Okay. By the time you get on your first like big production, you already have the reps and the experience and you are prepared. And okay, so I'll give you an example of my own experience. My first paid job in the film industry in Los Angeles, it was a reality show. We shot in Santa Monica. That was my first PA job, my first paid PA job. I had been doing the Friends in Film program for about 6 months, around 6 months. I had been working with other production assistants on that shoot that had been doing this for years. Okay? My first paid shoot, I was one of the rock stars on that set. I knew what I was doing. I was confident. And this is going to happen to you when you do the Friends in Film program. When you show up with this quiet confidence, when you show up with this certainty, and with what Friends in Film gives you, the get it factor, what we train you in, then people come up to you, ask you for your number because they have a job coming up and they want you on their team. Okay, that's literally what happened to me. I met a production coordinator on this shoot, and she said, "Oh, hey, like I'm putting together my team for this other show. I don't think I can say, and I want you on my list. I want you on my list of production assistants because you're just one of the good ones." So, okay, this is what happens. This is my first shoot. Anyways, if you are approaching your career with that sense of underdog, stress, desperation, exhaustion, that hopeful resignation, you're not going to make that same impact that I was able to make. But we teach you how to overcome all that and how to make that good impression and how to do a great job. Okay. Another way that like this buffering feels like is, okay, so there's this principle, I'm sure you've heard it, is you become like the people you surround yourself with. Okay. You become like the 10 closest people in your life. It's a trap to surround yourself with people that are in the same situation you are. Okay. Like, and I was like this too in the past. Like I was depressed, and part of the reasons why I was depressed was because I was hanging around with a bunch of depressed people. Okay. Like it was like we all empathized with each other. We all understood what we were going through, but no one was taking actions to change it. Okay. If you want to change your life, you have to surround yourself with people that are doing what you want to do. All right. So it's a trap to surround yourself with people that are also trying to break into the film industry that don't know what they're doing. That maybe it feels good to empathize with, let's say you're an actor and you keep getting rejected. Like it feels good to empathize with other actors getting rejected on their auditions. But I bet you they're all doing the same thing of survival job and audition grinding. Like no one is actually making their money in the industry full time. The method that we teach for actors, by the way, is to use production assistant work and jobs to make all your money. And then simultaneously, the production assistant jobs help you create the relationships to get booked on acting gigs. Okay. And Janet talks about that. We won't get too far into that on this one. This is about luck. Well, I guess like to tie it all together, that strategy of getting production assistant jobs that pays you money and that also gets you hired as an actor, that is creating your own luck. Okay. That's not relying on luck. That's you doing the necessary steps that actually work. So what's the difference between relying on luck and creating your luck? The difference is that when you are relying on luck, you are not changing who you are. Does that make sense? You're stuck in a cycle and you're not progressing. It's like you're on a treadmill. Like you're running, you're getting a workout, but you're not going anywhere. you're spending your energy on stuff that doesn't work. If you want to change your life, you have to change who you are and the way you operate. You have to do something new. You have to step into the unknown, and maybe it's uncomfortable, but that's how you know you're growing. That's how you know you're learning. And if you want to see that reflected in your bank account, if you want to have more value in your bank account, you need to make yourself more valuable. You need to be more valuable to the marketplace, more valuable to the film industry. And so that's what Friends in Film teaches you. We teach you to invest in yourself, to be more valuable on a film set. Okay? You become one of the most valuable people on a film set. Creating your own luck far surpasses relying on luck. Okay, you are in control. You have the power and the understanding to build your career. You're not relying on some ambiguous moment in the future. We give you a strategy, we give you a plan. We show you the right things to do to make it happen. And this is different. This is that paradox I was talking about, where once you stop relying on luck, you start creating your own luck. You start putting yourself in a position to succeed. You start multiplying your opportunities. Okay? Instead of hoping for one opportunity, you're putting yourself in many opportunities that are multiplying into many, many more. This is how we're able to have so much work coming to our phones that we have to say no. Okay? Janet says you have a successful and healthy career when you have to say no to work. Friends in Film teaches you how to establish yourself as a professional, as a peer to these other professionals that maybe you were reaching out cold to. And when you establish yourself as a peer, as a professional, that's where the confidence comes from. Okay, it's different when I'm an assistant on set, talking to whatever I want to do. Let's say I want to work in the camera department. It's different me like walking up there, like my first day on set, and I'm just like, hey, I want to do what you do. Can you teach me? Like, that's weird. When I don't even know how to be a production assistant. It's different when I say like, oh yeah, I've been PAing on a lot of MTV this year. I just wrapped a Netflix show last week, and I've been I just finished a bunch of we're doing a lot of indie films on the side, just going through the reps in the different departments outside of PAing. And so anyways, like I saw that you on this horror film I worked on, I had this problem with my camera and I just couldn't figure it out. But I just watched you fix that same problem in like 2 seconds. That was incredible. Like, well, what would you do? What did you do? Like, how'd you do that? That was amazing. So it's different when you establish yourself, when you show that you're in the industry, that you're doing the things, and you're not just hoping for it. And then you have a certain way of asking something where you're interested in what they're doing. And also, you're humble enough to ask them, but also seeking wisdom instead of like walking up like, hey, like, can you teach me how to do your job? That's like selfish. It's different. So that's what that feels like. That's what that looks like when you're confident in yourself. When you're working in the film industry, that's how you move up. That's how you move into the departments. And there's a different level of certainty. It's actually the opposite of the other one. The relying on luck is uncertain. Creating your own luck is certain. It's like, I know for sure I'm doing the right things. These hundreds of other people that have graduated Friends in Film have done it. Janet's in my corner guiding me along while I do it. Like, there's literally no way I can fail. Like, as long as I just do this, then it's going to happen. I just know, that's that certainty when you know you're doing the right things instead of hoping and wondering. It's like, no, I know for sure. Like, I'm doing the right things. And that looks like working on professional sets. It's making your money in the film industry. That looks like working in your craft, being one of the highest paid people, doing what you love to do. Okay? You're not stuck only doing shorts and indies. You're actually working on giant productions, or like whatever you want to do. You can like build your career however you want. You can be working on travel jobs, or you could be working on like giant big budget sci-fi feature films, doing like special effects makeup. You know, you can make your career however you want. And that also, this creating your own luck, that also looks like having a group of mentors that you can reach out to for wisdom and knowledge. Even with you and your mentors, that's peer to peer. Like, yeah, you're approaching them in a humble way, but it's also, they understand that you're in the industry, and it's a different level of relationship. And that also looks like having a group of people that are constantly referring you work, and a group of people you can refer work. Okay? And that's how you know you have a healthy career, when you have that, when you have those friends in film, when you have that network. Janet has the 50-50-20 method, where you have 50 people that hire you, 50 people that refer you, and 20 mentors that can teach you. And that's a really, really good position to put yourself in the film industry. And we teach you how to do that. We teach you how to do that in the paid program, in the Friends in Film program. So what are you doing now when you have all these things going for you? You're creating your own luck. You are positioning yourself for success. And the opportunities will come. And when they come, you will know what to do. Okay, that's far different than relying on luck, hoping the opportunities will come. There's a new level of certainty that I know that I'm getting jobs coming in. I know that I'm going to constantly be getting work, and I can work whenever I want. Some people will not want to invest in themselves to make this happen, and then they leave it up to chance. When you invest in yourself, you put yourself on a journey of growth. That's how you get new thoughts and new ideas. You meet new people and you get new experiences. You know, if you want a career in the film industry and you don't have that right now, well, then the difference between those two is a lot of experiences. Okay? You're going to, each new production is going to be a new experience for you. And if you've never worked in the film industry before, it's life-changing to be working on film sets all the time. And it's amazing. I love it. That's why I'm doing it. Don't leave it up to chance. Don't leave it up to luck. Take control of your career. Take control of the money you make. Take control of the life you create. And you can do this. You know, we have hundreds of people that have done it. There are a bunch of people in the film industry. There are a bunch of people that have graduated from Friends in Film that are working a successful career in the film industry. You can do it too. You know, it's proven, it works. It's an investment in yourself. And I recommend it. If this is really what you want, then we're showing you how to get it. Okay? Good luck.
Thanks for listening today. And if you have a moment, could you please leave me a review? I would love that. And make sure you head over to friendsinfilm.com/join and sign up for my free mini course on what you need to know to find opportunities and start making film and acting work come to you. I'll see you next week.